And we're live. LaMelo Ball, LaMelo Ball, LaMelo LaFriends Ball. I have to be honest today. I seen some of the highlights. I seen some of the videos, the first half especially. I had to rewatch it when my plane came in because I missed the game. I just missed the game when my plane came in. And all I was doing was rewatching the game. I didn't want to go on social media and get takes from what happened. I didn't want to do any of that. I just wanted to see it for myself. LaMelo Ball was passive. We could blame his teammates all we want. At the end of the day, when you have an easy way to get to the basket and you're trying to pass, that's not what I want to see. I want to see LaMelo Ball attack the damn paint. If I wanted to see LaMelo play this passive, I might as well just watch the Pelicans. So Michael Jordan was out there watching him for the first time, and I don't know what. And LaMelo played a shitty performance. Here at New Media Nation United, we love the way LaMelo plays, but we got to be honest. Tonight was not a good night. Sadiq Bey did a great job on him on defense. And remember I did that live today, and I said this would be a low-scoring game. With LaMelo, they're going to have small forwards guarding him. Remember that? Remember I brought that up? Remember I had a subscriber predict LaMelo would score 8 points. We went out there and said that's not going to happen. LaMelo scored 7 points. I hate when I predict these games. And what did I tell y'all in the video? It's going to be a closer game because Detroit plays well against good teams and plays terrible against teams they should beat. Terry Rozier, shout out to him, was clutch. Terry Rozier was a leader. Terry Rozier was aggressive. The Hornets do not win this game without Terry Rozier at all. Terry Rozier, his only flack is when he plays against elite teams, most of the time, not elite teams, but bigger teams, teams with size, bigger guards. He kind of, have no-show games. You'll see a game where Terry Rozier will have 8 points. But games like this, Terry Rozier looks like a star when he plays against weaker teams. But shout out to Terry Rozier for handling business. But I'm disappointed in LaMelo Ball. I don't want to see that type of crap. I don't want to see that type of basketball from him at all. That was a pathetic performance by LaMelo. Overpassing to teammates who are not going to pass you the damn ball back. Shout out to Danny Joseph. Shout out to Quell Davis. My guy, he says, Scary Terry, what up, DJ? Yeah, just got from the flight. I had to rewatch the video again. I was disappointed in LaMelo. Big Body Gamer says, I legit got into a debate with an idiot the other day because he told me that Wiggins is a better defender than LaMelo. Yeah, Wiggins is still trying to find himself out. But don't y'all love it when we talk about LaMelo Ball, when he has a bad game, we're very honest about it, and nobody's making excuses. No one's talking about no damn, well, this is because of this or that. We're being very honest. Ismail says, it's just an off night. Yeah, it's an off night, but I have to address it. I have to address it because I know LaMelo could be better. I want LaMelo's off nights not to be where it's passive. I understand if LaMelo just shot 3 for 17 and can't make a bucket. But if he's being passive, that's the problem I have. I don't want LaMelo being passive. That's not the type of basketball I want to watch from him. I was disappointed. Here's the good thing about LaMelo. He's still a rookie, and he's going to shake off from it, and he's going to rebound. He's going to rebound from this game. The good thing is the Hornets won. The Hornets are at 500. And James Borrego, even if LaMelo had an off night, look, they're at 500 with that starting lineup. And do not play that small lineup with with Devontae Graham. Injuries are going to happen, especially Gordon Hayward. You don't want him playing the 4. I'm saying this now before he does anything stupid. Big Body Gaming says an off night and shooting bad, but being passive ain't it. Yeah, it's the passive part. I don't mind if LaMelo's off on the shooting. That happens. I don't want him overpassing when he's on the paint. I'm not cool with that shit at all. Gregory Sutton says LaMelo is a vet. He won't have 2 bad games in a row. I hope. Donnie, shout out to you, Queen. Donnie V says he should have showed out in front of MJ. Yeah, I thought he was going to show out. And shout out to Hoop Jargon, man. He said, my boy working. Even when I'm on vacation, bro. You know how we do New Media Gang in the house. I was disappointed. Shout out to Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. My guy, he said that's the second time he did that when MJ was watching. I hope he wasn't being passive due to everyone being healthy. That's what I was thinking, bro. Son of Jones, you hit the nail on the head. What if LaMelo Ball was being passive just to show MJ that he can get everybody involved? I don't care if the president is there. I don't care if MJ is there. You play your game. You play your damn game and live with the results. I don't want to see that passive crap. Good point, Mr. Jones. Big Body Gamer says, I respect the objectivity. That's what we get. You're not going to get this here in many other YouTube channels. The objectivity, most people are going to make excuses for LaMelo's bad night. I'm not going to do that. He cannot afford to be passive. You got shines in the media. You got the coach working against him. Why? This is the worst time to be passive. Douglas Golden Child says, new media. LaMelo Ball had a solid game. He did okay. He just could have done better. JB is terrible. They got the win. Yeah, JB is terrible, but I don't need LaMelo to pass on layups for passes when he's on the paint. I don't want to do that. That's passive. I don't want him to do that. But I do see what you're saying, Douglas Golden Child. Like, he had 9 assists, but LaMelo is more than just a pass-first guard. He's a complete point guard. Kim says most of the shots look forced. Yes, it was. See, that's what happens when you don't attack the basket enough. You got to take that hit, man, and attack. That's what happens. You start missing, you start forcing shots. You start forcing shots and doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing. That's what happens when you don't attack the basket enough. He did attack the basket, but it wasn't aggressive. And once he couldn't get regular layups, he started overpassing. Mr. Jones says, LaMelo has to turn up, get in a rhythm. The next 3 games are a tough stretch. They play the Raptors, Desperate Kings, and the Lakers. Yeah, LaMelo better grow up fast, man. They need him to be LaMelo Ball. I don't want him to be Rubio LaMelo. I don't want to see that shit. I want to see him taking suckers on. And I was worried about this trip, Mr. Jones. I was worried about it because I was like, man, is LaMelo going to be flat because of the All-Star break and everything else? I was worried about it. Ahmad says, Melo just hoop, forget everything else. Just needs to hoop, forget everything else. Facts. That's what he has to do. Stop worrying about stuff. Ball out. Play your game. You have talent, LaMelo Ball. Stop trying to appease everybody. It looked like LaMelo, and tell me if I'm wrong, subs. Tell me if I'm wrong. Did it look to you that he was trying to appease everybody? That's what it looked like to me. Douglas Goldchild says, big facts. Jan Will says, watch this Coach JB. He was playing checkers with fans and players. Other coaches are seeing and telling him it's chess when you're at the table with LaMelo. Rap God says, I agree. LaMelo needs to be himself. Exactly. Rasta, legend. He says, Jordan, first time seeing LaMelo play in person. That's the performance you put up. Embarrassing. I'm disappointed in LaMelo, man. I'm not like a Jordan guy. I'm gonna be honest. Like off the court, I know on the court, Jordan was a beast. That's no. I'm just talking about off the court. I don't really care about Jordan off the court, but still, you have your boss playing in front of you. You supposed to put a show. You supposed to put a show, LaMelo Ball. You got your boss in front, watching you in a pandemic year. You gotta ball out. Sorry for being turned up, everybody. I'm just pissed off, man. Jason says, MJ was sitting there. Yeah, man. Devonta says, I love this channel. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to everybody who support new media. Make sure you share this video to everybody. And shout out to the Detroit Pistons. Saddiq Bey. What did I tell y'all about Saddiq Bey? Saddiq Bey is good, isn't he? I told the Pelicans, I was like, the Pelicans need to draft Saddiq Bey. They didn't do it. Saddiq Bey would have been perfect for the Pelicans. Tesson says, I believe he was rusty. It's more than rust. It's a mentality. I knew LaMelo's going to miss shots, but I didn't know he was going to be passive. That's the difference. It's a mentality. But shout out to the Pistons for playing hard, man. Shout out to Jeremy Grant for playing really well. Brett Law says, DJ, don't do it to him. You know, I'll be turning up. Just wait for Saturday. Just wait for Saturday. I'll still do a camera video tomorrow, but wait for Saturday. Me and Coach Joe are turning up. Rap Guy says, I'm pissed the Pelicans passed on them. Everybody's pissed. Saddiq Bey is the truth, man. I'm not surprised at all what Saddiq Bey is doing. I told them Pelican fans, I said, don't mess this up. Get Saddiq Bey. But no, they want to get a miniature guard and Kira Lewis. I think Kira Lewis would be a good player, by the way. Not like a star, but just a good player. Payoff says, yeah, he need a mid-range game. Remember when I was pointing out LaMelo's weaknesses before the season to say what he needed to work on? Y'all seeing it now. He needs a mid-range game. I was right. I was right. Nobody even want to listen to me. The subs did. You guys listened to what I was saying. Before the season, when I said I made a video about what LaMelo needs to work on, the mid-range game is, he needs to have a mid-range game. Floaters, cool and all, but you got to have a mid-range in the NBA. You got, in the NBA, you got to evolve your moves. If you don't evolve your moves, people will catch on. It don't matter how good you are. That's the NBA. The NBA is a man's game. Devonta says pull-up jumper is a must. Yes. LaMelo needs to get that. And to Madre, it's more than just the rust with LaMelo. LaMelo was passive. I'm talking about his mentality. I didn't mind his missing shots. This is going to happen. The mentality was very passive tonight. And one thing I respect about Mr. Jones, his Twitter is Son of Jones, he calls everything out. He don't care if he's a fan of LaMelo or Lonzo or any of them. He will call it out. That's why Mr. Jones is a brother to me. And I respect his basketball opinion. He played basketball before. He knows the game. He knows a game within the game. No doubt. Mr. Jones says it's all three-pointers or layups. LaMelo hasn't much mid-range all season. See? Listen to Mr. Jones. All three-pointers and layups. What did I tell you guys before the season started? LaMelo needs to work on a mid-range. Everybody was saying, oh, no, he has a floater package. He don't need to work on a mid-range. That's all he needs. Y'all seeing it now. I told you so. Game recognized game. Devonta says none of the new generation has a mid-range game. Well, that's why none of the new generation is like LeBron, Kawhi, KD, and others. They're great players, But not even Luka is like that. He's talented, but he's not those players. If Luka had a mid range, he'd be killer right now. If Luka had a mid range, he'd be unguardable. But that's all I'm going to say. Peace out, everybody. Deuces. That game pissed me off. Y'all know what it is. New media, man. The best thing ever. No doubt. Shout out to the new media gang, man. It's a family. It's a blessing. It's a movement, man. You know what it is, man. DJs, raw, uncut truth. Peace out.